Thank you for participating in the Kemper Art Museum's Slow Looking experience. Slow looking is a practice that can be applied beyond the art museum into our daily lives. As we are faced with a flurry of news updates and social media posts that demand our attention, slow looking asks us to pause and to reflect on what more we notice the longer we look. Today, we invite you to spend 5 minutes with us looking at Willem de Kooning's 1956 painting, Saturday Night. Before we get started, find a comfortable seat and give yourself permission to enjoy focusing on one thing. Let's start with moving our eyes around the canvas. Spend some time letting your eyes wander and be drawn to any details that stand out to you. As you begin to focus on details, consider why you might be drawn to this particular part of the painting. What is it that stands out to you? Are there any words or feelings that come to mind? Take a mental note of the range of colors you observe, from vibrant to muted and cool to warm. Consider the shapes and directions of the brushwork, from horizontal to vertical and curved to linear. Does the painting bring to mind any associations? Let's take an even closer look together. What do we observe with this new perspective? Notice the different brushstrokes and methods of paint application. What do you observe about the texture and materiality of the paint? Let's follow the movements and directions of the expressive brushstrokes. As your eyes move along the straight lines and curves, imagine the gestures the artist would have made. What does the energetic movement bring to mind? Consider whether the movements of the artist might be an expression of artistic spontaneity, planned reflection, or both. Do you notice any blending and scraping of the paint? What might this altering of the original brushstrokes tell us about de Kooning's process? Let's take an even closer look. What do you notice about the complex layering of color and form? How do the colors interact? Let's reflect on the title of this painting, Saturday Night. What comes to mind when you think of this title? Where do you see Saturday night in this painting? As we close, consider something you've noticed after looking for a few minutes that you didn't initially notice. How has your interpretation of this artwork changed through slow looking? Now that you've spent some time looking at this artwork, we invite you to learn more by reading Professor John J. Curley's Spotlight essay that explores this painting and de Kooning's creative process in the context of post-war American abstract expressionism. Thank you for joining us today. Sustained experiences with art can give us tools that help us to be more engaged observers. As you continue with your day, we hope that you find other ways to enjoy close looking.